Something less than a capacity crowd at the Palace at Auburn Hills for the final game of the season for the Detroit Pistons and the last gasp for the bad boy era in Detroit. One of the reasons they've had that disappointing season, the failure with Dennis Rodman and Coach Rothstein to connect.
Well, it started at the end of last season when Chuck Daly left and Rothstein was the head coach. Rodman said, I don't want to be here. He's proven that he doesn't want to be here.
Dream Team coach Chuck Daly returning to face the Pistons for the second time since his departure from Detroit. Dennis Rodman has missed 20 games through injury and suspension, but leads the NBA in total rebounds and rebound average. Dennis Rodman, troubled young man. He didn't even come out to warm up. We just see him now as the game gets underway.
Well, Rodman's practice has been, since I don't get to shoot anyway, what do I need to warm up? So he stretches back in the back, and when they make the starting lineup introduction, that's when he comes out on the floor. His job is defend, rebound, and any point production that they get from him is a bonus.
He's won his second straight NBA rebounding title. Outside shot not there. Rodman with his first rebound of the game. Rodman, no look pass stolen by Coleman, but he can't handle it. Out of bounds to Detroit.
He didn't have a good angle, but he had a good idea to get the ball inside to Bill Laimbeer, and it was a good reaction.
Dennis Rodman, where will he play next season? It's almost certain that it won't be in Detroit.
Be able to make a shot. They come inside to Coleman, misses
twice. Dumars in the corner right now.
When they're out on the floor, that's usually when they will start to get balls in the passing lane. Alvin Robertson is very quick-handed and excellent off the ball.
Coleman's fall away. Shot clock to 6. Rodman dishes inside. Colonies has another. It's eerie, isn't it, to be in the Palace and to hear absolutely no crowd noise at all. I mean, deathly silent here.
To the fact that they're still getting a pretty good effort, they might.
What is the future of Dennis Rodman? There's been a lot of talk about if you guys will be able to get the quality trade for a Dennis Rodman. He's been such a dominant rebounder.
Well, it still exists. If we're going to move Dennis, we're going to have to get good value for Dennis. We will not give him away. His future here is cloudy, I would say, at best.
Dennis Rodman's season-long saga, matching him against Ron Rothstein and the Detroit Pistons, a quarter away from ending. Dennis Rodman, his daughter, name on the back of his shoes, and unlaced shoe snapper that doesn't have the look of a man planning to return to action today. The Pistons management electing not to trade him before the trading deadline this season because they couldn't get equal value.
They may never really get equal value. How do you determine what is equal value for the leading rebounder in the league 2 years in a row? You know that that's the kind of game he gives you, and it's the buzzards are circling. Everybody's trying to steal this guy, and the Pistons are going to have to make a deal because it's in the best interest of the franchise and the player.
Other teams know he's not happy. They're not happy with him, and they're trying to steal him. Is that it?
Definitely.
And I guess, Snapper, this is the final moment for the original Bad Boys. Those are the shoeless feet of Dennis Rodman. He had the shoes unlaced early in the first half. Has not played at all since the first quarter. Isaiah sending a message as the Bad Boy era comes to an end. Isaiah gets off one final shot as the shot clock expires, and Dumars with the offensive board. And now the Pistons can just run out the clock. That's it. And the NBA's leading rebounder the last 2 seasons, Dennis Rodman, who played very little today, leaving the court for the final time, likely in a Pistons uniform. 116-110, Detroit wins. Rodman handing his shoes away. He didn't need them much today, and I suspect he's relieved, as well as many of the Piston players, and certainly Ron Rothstein, whose days as Detroit coach probably measured in terms of hours now. Rodman leaving the court. Let's go to Dan Hicks now. He's with Isaiah Thomas.
They focused on it toward the end of the game. Several shots of Dennis Rodman. It's obvious that this was his last game with the Pistons. He played only 10 minutes, and they were using just about everybody. And I guess he got just 1 rebound in the game, didn't score. This is a very, very sad story. A tremendously talented player who is truly a troubled young man.
Well, I don't think there's any question about him being troubled, and Detroit has made a decision that if they get value, they've got to trade Rodman. Isaiah Thomas just mentioned that it was important for them to get someone in the draft. I'm sure they're looking for someone to replace the rebounding and defensive ability of Dennis Rodman.